Okay, so yung mga loads caused by vehicles, let's say also loads caused by the moving equipments, ano, yung mga heavy equipments that are moving, especially sa mga planta. They are creating moving loads. So sa mga bridges, yung mga vehicles, ano, loads, the vehicular loads, those are moving loads, no? Hindi siya permanente, hindi siya fixed, come and go lang gud siya, no? Budaan lang. So we need also to analyze the moving loads. So we're going to start with the influence lines. And then for the influence lines, it is for the reactions and internal stress resultants due to moving loads. So class, at the end of this lesson, I will try to help you differentiate the shear and the moment diagrams and the influence line diagrams. So lahigod si, lahigod class si shear and moment diagram kaysa influence line diagram. Lahigod siya. And also, we are going to have the to establish we're going to establish the influence line diagrams of a function for statically determinate beams and trusses using the equilibrium and also the virtual work method. Actually, class, when we say function here, ano, nakabutang, establish the influence line of a function. So when we say function class here, it means a reaction, it can also be a shear, or it can also be a moment. Okay? Any question? Okay, do you have questions by the way? Okay, class, sandali lang ha. Class, can you hear me, class? Suot lang kayo, class. Ani class ha, kining function na ni, kining function na niya. This means this can be an action, this can be a cheer, and a moment. Okay? And last, we are going to construct the influence line diagrams of a function. Meaning to say that we are going to construct the influence line diagram, let's say for a reaction, for a shear, or for a moment for statically determinate beams using the virtual work method or the Mueller-Breslow principle. So here are the objectives, diba? So those are the objectives. Next, let us go to the content. So to define class, when we say influence line diagram, it is let's say, influence line for a given function, ano? Let's say the function is a reaction or axial force or shear force or bending moment. It is actually a graph that shows the variation of that function at any given point on a structure due to the application of a unit load at any point on the structure. So we are going to use a unit load here. Okay? So it is the application of this is very important for the design of structures that resist large live loads. No, resist live loads. The theory is applied to structures subjected to a distributed load or a series of concentrated load. No, we are going to have the loadings, pwede ang distributed load, pwede ang series of concentrated load. Ano ba yung series of concentrated load? Okay. Let's say class ang vehicle. Kaiba naman tayo, ang load ana, magdidepende sa number of wheels. will loads. Yun ang magiging i-consider natin na series of concentrated forces. The will loads ng ating cars or ng mga vehicles. And specific applications to flow girders and bridge traffic, and to the determination of the absolute maximum live shear and moment in a member. We will try to finish it before the end of the period. So to note, an influence line represents the effect, the effect of a moving load only at a specified point on a member, whereas the shear and moment diagrams represent the effect of fixed loads and at all points along the axis of the member. So, ang influence line, effect of moving loads at a specified point, whereas the shear and moment diagram represents the effect of a fixed points at all points. Yan ang pagkakaiba, no? Okay. So, procedure for analysis. The first procedure, we can have the equilibrium method. First, we're going to place a unit load at a various locations, X, along the member, and each location use station to determine the value of the function. So it can be a reaction, a shear moment at a specified point. And the influence for a vertical force reaction at a point in the member is to be constructed. Consider the reaction to be positive at the point when it acts upward on the beam. So all statically determinate beams will have influence lines that consist of straight line segments. After some practice, one should be able to minimize computations and locate the unit load only at points representing the endpoints of each line segment. And to avoid errors, it is recommended that one first construct a table listing unit load at X versus the corresponding value of the function calculated at the specific point, and that is the reaction R or the shear B or moment F. So once the load has been placed at various points along the span of the member, the tabulate values can be plotted and influence segments constructed. Let's say, for example, so mag-example tayo, no? By equilibrium method yung ating discuss. Let's say the function is a reaction, no? Let's say the function is a reaction. Construct the influence line for the vertical reaction of A of the beam for the given beam. Use equilibrium method and use the virtual work method. Okay, so ang virtual work method, unahin muna natin si equilibrium. Okay, any class ha? Class, can you see the slide? Can you see the learning material? Is it clear? Okay. Yes, a simple yes lang, class. Baka
Yes,
kasi
ma'am.
okay, thank you. Baka kasi ako nawawala dahil hindi ko nakakabantay. So let's say we are going to construct the influence line of a function, and our function here is a reaction. Okay. At A, point A, ano, di ba sabi, at a specified point. Di ba sabi, ang influence line ay concerning a specified point, whereas ang shear and moment diagram concerns at all points. Nilay yan, ano? So, at a specified point A, so let's say this is a beam. Okay, this is a beam. So, kining beam na ni, aagi lang na class, aagi lang dire ang ating loading. Let's say, ang sasakyan mo, agi lang siya, ana. So, we are going to construct first the influence line of the reaction at A. So let's say this is point A. Of course, Naya supports. So obviously, looking at the free body diagram, this is already a free body diagram. We have the reactions A, Y, and BY. Ibig sabihin, this is simply supported. Okay. So to use class, the equilibrium method, we are going to place one unit load. No, moving load po siya. No, moving load po siya. Let's say this is the one unit load. Bugtang natin yan. So since it is a moving load, i-distance x natin siya. X means variable. Do you understand class? So kahit saan niya, kaya nga x, variable siya. So let's say the beam has a 10 feet span. 10 feet ang kanyang span. So therefore, if you are going to solve for the reaction at A, it will be in terms of x. No? Magkakaroon tayo ng equation. Okay? Nakukuha niyo class? So what is the equation in terms of x? So let's get the moment at point B to get the reaction at A in terms of x. So let's say AY times 10 from point B plus 10 minus x. Di ba? Kini ay magiging 10 minus x. Nakukuha niyo class? Kining ano na ni? Times 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, we have already the value of AY in terms of X. Equation yan. Nakuha niyo class? Okay, class? Hinay kayo internet trying to reconnect na po. Sa internet naman. Maganda na laptop, internet naman ang ating problema. na ano po, nawala ko. Lost your connection. Wait, class kay nawawala ako din, no? Kaya na-lost ang connection ko. Can you still hear me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, sige lang, no? Try natin na maka-connect na dahil kapatid ko. Okay, class, can we continue? Okay, class, can we continue? Can you still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
very good. So let me continue, no? So we have already the equation for the reaction A, no? Yung AY natin is 1 minus 1 over 10x. Now, we are going to determine the value of AY using selected points X on the beam such as yung pang mga ano class, ano lang, mga excuse me, specified points lang ano para lang tayo maka-establish. Let's say, let us divide it into 4. Let's say, since it is 10 at x equals 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. Pwede yan. So, kini yung sinasabing we are going to construct a table na. So, kining table na ni class, ano siya, no? Okay. At x is equal to 0, at x equals 2.5, x equals 5, 7.5, and 10. Kaya bahala na. No? Kay ang ine-expect naman nating class na kanyang diagram ay straight line segment. So from that, if x is equal to 0, no, we're just going to substitute the value of uh, 0 sa ating equation, di ba? Anong ating equation? We have ay is equal to 1 minus 10x. Oh, so therefore, we have 1 if x equals 0. If x equals 2.5, obviously, 2.5 over 10 is 0.25. Okay. Okay, so we have 0.25 minus 1, so we have 0.75, and so on and so forth. So, until we reach if x equals 10, so 10 over 10 is 1, di ba? Minus 1, so we have 0. So, ani class, kining mga results na ni ay due to sa substitution natin sa ating equation na established. So from that, we will just make a diagram. So we have the axis x-axis and the y-axis. Kining AY na ni, kining y-axis, yun ang ating AY, which is, ani lang tayo sa maximum value. Maximum value lang natin is 1. 1 lang naman, di ba? And then 0. So, ana, x equals 0, we have 1. X equals 2.5, we have 0.75. X equals 0.5, we have 0.5. X equals 0.75, we have 0.25. X equals 10, we have 0. So, this is now the influence line for reaction at point A. Nakuha nyo na, class? Okay, class, nakasabot kayo how to construct? Kining line na ni. Can you, is it clear, class? Is it clear, class? So, sa implication eh. Sa implication eh. Sa ating moving loads. Meaning to say, at this point, kung naa-dire ang inyong sakyanan, kung naa-din si load, dako ang influence ng ating support na sa inyong loading. Kining support ani, zero gud ang kanya influence. Kining point A ninyo, dako ang maximum influence. Okay, so this is now the influence line diagram for the reaction of A. If you want to get the influence line for the influence of B, so getting the influence line diagram for B, for the reaction, so kining B naman ang inyong gagawa ng equation. Let's say summation of moment at point A is equal to 0. So you have already your BY. Pwede rin naman yung sabihin na, di ba, we have 1, ano pa yung ating BY? Pwede naman natin ng summation of forces vertical is equal to 0. Di ba, we have, sa ating mga vertical forces here. So we have, di ba, we have AY minus 1 plus BY is equal to 0. Let's say gusto natin ng IL for B, for point B. So, say ating BY. Let's say, ang BY natin is BY is equal to 1, ma-positive si 1 minus AY. So, alam naman natin na naano tayong AY values kanina, di ba? Ano bang ating AY? 1 minus 1 over 10x. 1 over 10x. Ano ba yung ating AY? So, therefore, makukuha nyo na si equation ng dy. No? Makukuha nyo na din, which is 1 minus 1, diba? Minus, ano naman siya, no? Minus 1 minus 1 over 10x. Therefore, ang dy natin is equal to 1 plus 1 minus, 1 minus 1, yeah. Yun magiging 1 minus 1. Diba? 1 minus 1 plus 1 over 10x. So, diba, ano ba yan eh? Makancel na. So our by is equal to 1 over 10x. So if this is now your by, pwede nyo i-counter-check niya by getting the summation of moment at point A. Pwede nyo check. So you are going to construct also a table, no? Mag-construct din kayo ng table for B. Let's say we have, ano na siya, no? X, this siya, and then we have by. At x equals 0, at x equals 2.5, at x equals 0.5, x equals, no, not 0.5, but 5. At x equals 5, okay, at x equals 7.5, x equals 10. Kita nyo, anak, hindi maggugot. Okay na, no? So, at x equals 0, di ba? At x equals 0, we have 0. At x equals to what? So, ang makabot kayo din ng this is 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, if you're going to construct it, so, ano siya? Ano? This is for IL for B1. IL for B, not B1. Nakuha niyo, class? So, sa'yo na kayo. Sa'yo na kayo, no? So, you try to construct the influence line for the reaction at B for the same beam using both method. So, ano pala activity time nyo ni inyong trial lang. So, let us now go to virtual work method. Ano ba yung virtual work method? Kini class, kung matiman-ano ninyo ni, kinasayo na ni. You don't need to make any table, you don't need to make any equation. How to do it? So, kung siya ay reaction, let's say, kung siya ay reaction, let's say at A, ibutang niyo diretso, ang ordinate sa A ay 1, at sa support ay 0. Let's say, then straight line. Nakuha niyo? Let's say gusto niyo ng IL for B, no? So, ang reaction, ang ordinate sa B ay 1 at sa A ay 0. Okay? Nakuha niyo, class? Can you hear me, class, by the way? Okay, class, are we still together?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sa'yo na kaya, di ba? Pag virtual method or Euler's Best law, at reaction siya, kung ano ang specified one, i-ordinate tayo ng 1 at sa isang support ay 0. Then connect, and then that is already the line. That is already the line segment. That is already the influence line. Okay? Tulad ni, kung gamitan natin ng Euler-Bruce laws, ano eh, ang ordinate sa A1, then which nakita rin naman natin sa ating table. Okay? That is for the record. Let us now go for shear. Ano yun? Let's say, class, for shear na tayo. Let's say the function is shear. We are going to construct the influence line for the shear at point C, located at 2.5 from the support of A of the beam in example 1. Okay, we're going to use the same beam. This time, our specified point is here. Point tayo dire sa 2.5. At this specified point, let us get the influence of the shear, no? The shear at this point, okay? So let us have first the equilibrium method. So using the equilibrium method for shear at C, so what you're going to do is we're going to get the equation. How to get the equation? Diba? To get the equation, ating ikakat siya to get shear equation. So, knowing class na, of course, we're going to start always in knowing the equation. So, support. At nakuha naman natin kanina, kaya ngayon na rin ang ginamit ko ng example para hindi tayo balik-balik. So, we have already the equation for we have already the value of ay in terms of x. Diba? Kanina to. And then, after knowing the reaction, okay, class. So, let me continue, class. So, any class? Okay, class. So, any class, ano? So, upon getting the reaction, let us now cut the beam intersection. Diyan mismo sa point C, ano? Diba, any class, ano? Nagbutang tayo din ng point C. So, anong point na, ikakat natin siya. Okay? So, then let us have the free body diagram. Ano ba mga internal stresses? Do not forget that pagka siya ay nasa left side, this must be downward. And kini klasa, kini ay downward, kini upward sa right side. This is the moment, the direction it is counterclockwise, whereas here it is clockwise. Marami ang nasayop sa mga exam sa una because of this agreement, no? Case, pag nasayop na mo daan, class, sa pagbahatag ng direction ng mga internal reactions, sayop na gud mo. Okay. Always remember this, ha? So, let's say, di ba, we are going to have the one, yung one natin is moving. Let's say, this 1 unit load is here. Na diri siya sa 0 to 2.5. No, na siya, diya pa siya ga laraw-laraw. No, diya pa siya. So, we can get the equation of this shear, B sub C. Diba? Nakuha natin ang shear sa C. So, saan man ating shear sa C, ani? Shear at C is, makukuha natin sa equation by summation of forces vertical, di ba? Okay, because here is a vertical force. So, let's say this is upward. So, at this point, ani lang kayo concentrate mo, ani. So, we have AY minus 1 minus B sub C is equal to 0. Nakuha nyo? Nakasabot mo, class? That is by getting the class, pwedeng pwedeng ma-resume ko ng mga 15 minutes late after, ano kayo, importante lang kukunin. Pwedeng mo go out, makavideo, and then babalik go after 15 minutes. Okay lang, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So please study the material. Okay, kaya balik na ko. Hello, class. Hello. Hello, class. Can you hear me, class? Hello, class. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, so nadarin ako, okay? So let me continue. Ayan ba kayo? Okay, so we're going to have now the equation for the shear at C. So you know beta B is equal to AY minus 1, di ba? And what is AY? AY is equal to 1 minus 1 over 10 x. Diba? So therefore, we have b sub c is equal to 1 minus 1 over 10x minus 1. Okay? So b sub c is equal to cancel na minus 1 over 10x. Okay. So that is the equation for shear at C. Ano siya class, di ba? No, b sub c. Kaya, time 1 minus ay1 minus, teka, b sub c is equal to ay1 minus 10x. 1 minus 10x minus 1. 1 minus 10x minus 1. 1 minus 1 over 10x minus 1. Ayan. B sub c. Okay. Sa equation. Okay. Ani class, ano? That is for this segment, ha? Tanawa class, ha? That is at this segment. At x is equal to, this is good for x is lesser, no? Yan. A greater than 0 or equal to 2.5. Hanggang diyan, ano? Ana. Less than 2.5 or equal to 2.5, equal to 2.5, less or equal to 2.5. Ano class ang kanyang equation? So, hindi siya. Then, next, naabaya tayo class moving load. Kini baya class moving load na ni ay nadagan. Okay, pag dagan niya ani, let's say nadiri na si 1. Nadiri na si 1. So, what will be the equation? So, pwede niyong gamitin ang equation na ni. No? Summation of Fy is equal to 0. So, we have, pero aning dapita, B sub C, mawawala na si 1. No? No, di ba we have B sub C, di ba we have B sub C is equal to, ano na, AY na lang siya. AY na lang siya kung ang ating X is greater 2.5 lesser equal to 10. No 10. Ano siya, no? Kung ano na klase siya, wait, equal to 2.5 lesser or equal to 10. Ano na siya? This is equal to AY kasi wala na si 1. No? Kining 1 na ni, let's say, ano siya, kung nadir si 1, ano yung ating magiging equation? Kasi nadir, di ba? Let's say, kini rin siya, pero nadir na si 1. Kung ang 1 na ni balhina, kung ang 1 na rin na balhina, so kini B sub C, no? Okay. So, what B sub C equals AY? Knowing that AY is equal to 1 minus 1 over 10x, diba? Okay, so therefore, ano siya? Duha karon ang equation natin ng B sub C. No, kasi nga, ang ating unit load is moving. So at this point, gawa tayo ng table. X equals 0, X equals 2.5. Take note class, sa 2.5 na tayo duha ka values. No, 2.5, nakabutang din is 2.5, ana negative, 2.5, ana positive. It doesn't mean na siya ay negative. It doesn't mean na siya ay positive. Ibig sabihin lang, that is to the left and to the right. To the left of point C and to the right of point C. Yun ang location ni X. Yun ang location ni unit load. So that here, kini class, ang gagamitin nating equation ng pag-substitute ng value ng X ay ang value ng B sub C. Direct. No, B sub C ani minus 1 over 10x. Ini siya And another b sub c, 1 minus 1 over 10x. So, ano yung napita class? If this is the equation, so we have 0. This is 0. X, ang ating x ay 0. And if we have x is 2.5, so we have negative 2.5. Okay. Ay negative man eh, no? Negative 1 over x. So, negative 2.5. Now, at this point, kini naman, ang gagamitin nating equation ay kini. No? This is 1 minus 10x. Such that, if we are going to have x is 2.5, so the resulting value is 0.75. And so, at 10, we have 0. Ani class? So, nakasabot kayo, class? Hello, class. Are we still together? Hello, class? Now, if you're going to have the diagram, unahin natin eh. 0 up to 2.5. Ani, unahin natin eh. Then, saka tayo at least. So, therefore, na-tayo doon ka values ng shear at 2.5. Negative 0.25 and positive 0.75. Take note, class, that at Euler's laws, dapat laging kining value equals 1. No, 0.25 at 0.75 pag i-add mo, dapat siya ay 1. Okay? So, that is the shear, the influence line diagram for shear at point C. Okay? If we are going to use the Mueller's law, ang Mueller's law, ani lang inyong timanan. No? Wala na kayo equation, wala na kayong mga table. But remember this, ang B sub C, ibig sabihin, kukunin natin diretso ang negative ordinate ng shear at C. And what it is? It is AC, kanang kining distance from support A to the point over the span AB. So AC over AB. What is AC? 2.5. What is AB? 10. And take note that that is a negative ordinate, so it is negative 2.5, 0.25. And for the positive ordinate, i-minus nyo lang siya sa 1. So 1 minus 0.25 is 0.75. So that is the positive ordinate. And the and here the ordinate here at the other support is 0. So duha ka support, 0 ordinate, then meron tayong negative ordinate and positive ordinate at the specified point C. Okay? Nasabot na class? Hello? Hello? Any question? Hello, class. Do you have questions? Hello, class. Can you hear me? Hello, class. Can you hear me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions regarding the influence line diagram for reaction and for shear? Baka may mga questions kayo, class. Please. Huh? Kung sa isusunod natin, si moment. Okay? Baka kasi may question kayo para di tayo malayo. Class, para hindi tayo malayo. Class, okay? Sakit po pa. No, sorry. Okay, class. So let us now have the moment. Can we continue? Moment, class. So we're going to construct the influence line for the moment at point C. Let's say the same point C. But this time, it is already a moment. And take note, class, na nagbago na ako ng B. Para makita niyo yung difference, no? Can you observe it, class? Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is now our beam. Our beam is a simple beam with overhang, diba? It's a simple beam with overhang at supports, natay supports A and B. At point C, kining point is the point specified point. Okay. This is not a support. Basta yun lang ang point of influence. So, and our function is moment. No, moment at C. So, first let us have the reaction at point A. Okay. Ha, magkakatayaan. Baklas, ano siya? Meron tayong point A, point B na ating point B, ano? Hindi lang siya mag-scroll. Okay lang. Okay, class. So, natay support at A, natay support at B, then there is a point C. Yan ang kukuha natin na influence. So, unsay ating, 4, 4, and 4. Okay. So, we have here 4 meters. Okay. 4 meters tayo, ani. 4 meters tayo dire. 4 meters tayo. So, what is the first step? We are going to determine the reactions. Kuhain muna natin sa reactions. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng mag-section without knowing the reaction. So, let's say we have here AY, at tayo BY. So, pwedeng sa AY na lang tayo, okay? So, let's say summation of moment at point B is equal to 0. Okay? So, we have here AY times A. Magbutang tayo ng 1. Kahit saan ang 1 natin? 1. So, skining si 1, lagi na ano? So, let's say this is X. AY times A minus 1 times. So, this is 8 minus X, diba? 8 minus X, diba? This is 8 minus X. No more. Is equal to 0. So, therefore, ang ating AY is equal to 1 times 8 minus X over 8. Over 8, diba? Ano siya? So, this is equal to 1. We have 8 over 8. 8 over 8 minus X over 8. So, therefore, we have 1 minus X over 8. So, that is the value of our AY. Okay. And then, after that, since we need to get the moment, ang gusto nating function ay moment. So, kuhain natin si moment. How to get the moment? Ikakat ni. Kuhain natin ang section. Say, ano? Section natin. So, let's say this is your AY, which is equal to 1 minus X over 8. And then, na-apply diri ay point C. Diba na-apply moment, ano? Let's say this is moment at C. Let's say this is our 1. Let's say this is our X. Okay. Now, class, let us get the moment. Although na-apply diri ay shear, diba this is shear at C. Pero, ang concern natin karon is this moment. We are after of this. So therefore, looking at this free body diagram, so getting the moment at point C is equal to 0. So therefore, we have here summation of moment at point C is equal to 0. Yeah, no? So therefore, we have AY times, say, distance, ano, di ba? This is 4. So this is AY times 4, ano? Okay. Minus, okay, what is this? 1 times 4 minus x, diba? Minus m sub c is equal to 0. So therefore, we have m sub c is equal to 4ay, okay, minus 1 times 4 minus x, diba? Continue natin. So, m sub c is equal to 4. Ano nga ba yung ating ay? 1 minus x over 8, okay, minus 4 plus x. Simplify natin na minus 4 plus x. So, is equal to 4 minus 4x over 8 minus 4 plus x. Okay. Cancel natin si 4, diba? Is equal to x minus 4x over 8, or is equal to x minus x over x minus x over 8. Siguro natin yung let's see, x minus x over 2. So let's say we have here 2x, diba? Minus x. So we have x over 2. That is our x. Natin kung tama ba? MC is equal to x over 2. Tama ba yun? MC is equal to, tama class, kini ha? MC is equal to x over 2 at x is greater equal to 0 and lesser than 4. No po ang ating x na adini sa 0 to 4 meters. Can you follow? Nakaka-follow kayo? Now, how about if our x is already at the other side, no? Kung ni ano na siya, ni bali na siya. So, mawawala na si 1, di ba? So, therefore, mahinabu na to, if x is greater than 4 but lesser or equal to 12, so, ni bali na ani, so mawala siya ani. So, ang ating MC is already equal to AY times 4. Ana na lang. So, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 4 minus x over 2. So, this is just from simplification. Okay. So, from that, we are going to have the table. May table na punta. This is x na tayong moment at c. Ang x equals 0, 4, 8, 12. Sa inyo, pwede kayo magawa ng specified point. Let's say 0, 4, 8. Ano? Para mga points na yun, yung nagawin natin specified points. Okay. So, using the equation, sa ating mga equation, dalawa ating equation, ano? We have MC is equal to x over 2. We have also MC is equal to 1 minus x over 8. Diba? Okay. Natin ha. Okay. 1 minus x over 8 ang sa I, MC is equal to x over 2. Okay. So, take a look, class. Kini hanggang dire, no? Na. X is equal to 0, so 0 ang ating ordinate sa moment. At x is equal to 4, so magiging 2, no? 4 over 2 is 2. Okay, yan. Using this, at this point 8, ano? Wala nang ating equation is kini ng ating gagamitin. At x is equal to, let's say at this point, at x is equal to 8, ang gagamitin na natin is this equation. So we have 1 minus 8 over 8, di ba? Mas 0 siya? It's 0. Then at x is equal to 12. So 12 over 8 minus 1, we have negative 2. Okay. So this will be our influence line diagram. Okay? Ano ang ating influence line diagram class? So, at 0, then we have 2, we have 8, is 0 na po, we have negative 2, and 4, 12, negative 2 siya. So, kahit pagod class, you will observe, kahit pagod class at this point 4, para baka makain kayo, ma'am, how about yung shield? Baka meron din tayong magkalahi na value. Yeah, no, parehas din siya. Parehas din siya na hindi wala siyang negative positive na nasa above, ano? Let's say at x equals 4, di ba? At this is point C. This is point C at x equals 4. Kahit alin ang gamitin yung class na equation, ang lalabas pa rin dyan ay 2. Unlike sa shear, na natay negative and positive ordinate. Take note of that. Let's say here, at x equals 4, di ba? 4 over 2 is 2. Ano? Let's say here, at x equals 4, di ba? 1 minus what is, kung kanya ang gagamitin natin is, at x equals 4, ani? 4 over 8 is, 4 over 8 is 1 half, 1 minus. Okay. One minus 1 na po. Kaganda. Okay. Okay, class. Aril class. Ating ano yung si virtual work method. Pag virtual work method class, wala na tayong mga reactions, wala na tayong tabulated values. Timani na lang yun. Ang ordinate sa supports laging 0. Alin na supports? Support A at support B. Di ba? So, 0 yan diretso. How about here? Ang ordinate sa point C, at point C, yung specified point natin is, AC times CB, yung sunod na support, over AB. Okay. What is AC? AC is 4. What is CB? CB is 4. Ano siya, no? 4 meters, 4 meters. Anak niya kasabot. Ano? AC is 4. CB is 4 over AB. AB is 8. So, and that is 2. So, therefore, that will be your ordinate at point C. Then, kuhain nyo lang si slope, di ba? Slope natin din 0 to 2. So, i-connect natin. Then, at this point, maugi hapon, i-connect natin si 2 and 0. And then, ang biration proportion, di ba? Ano siya? Biration proportion, makuha nyo naman eh. If 2 is to 4, let's say this is y. Let's say y is to 4. 4 din naman ni class. So therefore, ani class? 4 is to 8. No, kini yung kanak siya. Bali ba natin ay ini siya 2 plus 2 is 4 is to 8 is equal to y is to 4. Diba? Yun yung ating tinatawag na y12 eh. Ordinate sa 2. So, kinuha natin eh. Depende sa inyong pag-ration proportion. Diba? Hanggang tira 2 and 2. Okay. Diba na tayo 4 is to 8. Kaya ating 4 is to 8. 4 is to 8. And then, kinimanggod si 8. Kinimanggod si 8. And then, we have y12 is to 4. So, therefore, makuha natin si ordinate here na negative 2. Then, i-connect nyo ang 0 to negative 2. And that, we are going to have already the influence line diagram. Okay? So, AC times CB over AB. So, we have already the ordinate at point C. Then, connect it with the support. And then, connect it with the support. E-extend nyo lang na. No, extend nyo lang hanggang dire sa kanyang point. And then, getting the ordinate here, you just use the ratio and proportion of let's say, of right triangle, no? So we can have it. Pwede natin 2 is to 4 and then y sub 12 is to 4. Pwede rin yan. Such that y is negative 2. Okay? Kaubos na nila. Okay? So, that is for the moment. So, for trusses, naarin tayo mga examples for determining the influence line for trusses. Yeah. Okay. So, the rest class ang kini karon, no? So, for your kini class, I think you can already use and you can already comprehend with principle of influence line using the virtual work method as well as the equilibrium method. So, class, this time, I am I could say na kini na lang siguro ang ating magiging last lesson because by next week, we will be having already our final exam. Okay. So, magiging last activity na lang natin dito is your plate here. Kanang inyong plate sa plate number 10, which is all about the influence line diagram. Is it clear to everyone? Okay, class. So, this time, class, I am giving you the rest of the time to go over with this lesson. Okay? Try to study this lesson, and I just hope that you can already understand this with the learning materials. I will also send you a YouTube link para if you need it, baka kinahanglan ninyo, pwede rin kayong ma-referan. Okay? So, that's all for today class and for this year, for this semester. Um, Thank you very much, class. Regarding your exam, I have already checked your test. And so, murag medyo delikado, kaya try to make the best that you can in this last part of the semester. Murag hindi maganda ang mga result na inyong mga exam. And now I'm going to check also all your activities. I will go over all your activities. Titingnan ko how did you perform about this. Because when it comes to midterm exam and all the other quizzes that I have checked, so murag medyo I'm not saying na dinidiscourage ko kayo, but what I am trying to do to say is I just want you to encourage to study harder if you really want to pass the subject. Ha? Magtuon, maayo. Marami ang nagbong sa midterm. Okay? So, class, that's all for today. And that's, God bless. Okay? So, let us have a short prayer. Praise be the Lord Jesus Christ, now and forever. Amen. To make the blood of His Son, the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much, class, and God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy New Year.
Magtuon class, maaga magtuon kasi wala kayong laing pagkukunan kundi lahat ng activity. Lahat nga na aking check-checkan, naka-check na ako ng mga midterm, naka-check na ako ng mga quizzes, pero mga activities, kailangan yung mga plates ninyo, yun ang aking tatrabahuin sa. Okay? So, magtuon maayo ha, magtuon. So, that's all for today, class. Bye-bye, class.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Kaya ang mga plates, ma'am, i-compile na mo, ma'am, or i-pass ra dayon sa, kuan, ma'am, sa
Ay,
Google Classroom.
ang inyong plates, ang
Yes,
plates,
ma'am.
sa classroom lang, kay para 'pag ako'y naghatag ng score makita niyo rin.
Okay, ma'am. Sa mga portal ra na, ma'am, no?
Hindi niyo na kinahanglang i-pass sa akin ang hard copy, iyat ka na lang panalang sa Google Class kasi 'pag ako'y nag-check para makita niyo rin. And then, by the way, kung na ako'y kulang na classwork, inyo lang i-remind sa akin. Ang wala pa akong classwork na nahahatag kining last lesson natin karon, ha? Okay. So, any other question?
Done so far, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Happy
sige.
New Year, ma'am.
Thank you and thank you. Happy New Year. Okay, class.